Alright, we're finally back with RPGs. Is Gamer of Glory, I have returned. We have 2 new people. Oh, I dropped a pencil.
Well, more like this is a jaded desktop video, but
Yeah,
but it is Gamer of Glory here who is recording the footage and is technically the host. It's just I just so happen to be here as well.
Woohoo!
Yep.
And I'm here as well.
we got-
I am Mystery Gril,
Yes.
as well as Kazan.
I am the Prinny Kaz.
Yes, the Prinny. Is that your actual YouTube
No.
name? The Prinny
I
Cloud?
only just got into Disgaea. I only just got into Disgaea recently. I have been playing the hell out of Disgaea 2, but this isn't Disgaea. This is what I'm thinking. What it should be Grandia 2.
Yes, Grandia 2, the Dreamcast game.
I have never heard of
Really?
it.
I have.
It's a Square Enix game.
Is it?
So you can
Yes.
expect. Yeah, it's Square Enix.
Yeah,
I didn't
there
know
was
that.
a big.
This is like
There was a Square Enix logo right at the beginning.
Okay, so where are you guys at? Because I might have accidentally clicked back.
110, 111, 112.
Okay, so I might be a
13.
little bit ahead.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
So
So that means you're still in the credits. Oh, not the credits.
Yeah. No, I
the
just got to
introduction.
15. So
that's
Okay.
fine. All right.
So this little intro is here to establish, well, the story. You could probably guess if you know the trope of the Square Enix games as of late.
Well, as of like the 90s, because this was a Dreamcast.
exclusive.
Yep, it's a Dreamcast game.
Yeah, it was a Dreamcast game. It then got released on PS2, the PSN, on PS3, and the PC, and most recently the PC.
Yes.
This is the sequel to a really popular PS1 JRPG, also known as Grandia. But
I don't know if it is a sequel. I've never played the first Grandia.
This game, okay, yeah, it doesn't mention that this takes place anytime after the original Grandia, from what I am looking, but I'm guessing it might just be like the Lunar and Lunar 2, where Lunar 2 takes place at a completely different time than Lunar 1.
My question is, what version is the Grandia 2 you're recording?
This is the Steam version. This has been released as the anniversary edition for any Steam owner out there. I believe it is to celebrate Grandia and I believe some sort of anniversary. I don't know the details.
Yeah, that's why this title is called the Anniversary Edition. And if it looks obvious enough, this is very much a Dreamcast game, or was a Dreamcast game.
You can tell because of the models.
Polygon. I love this. I love it.
Just be thankful we're not doing Sonic Heroes because I've never played that either. I never really heard of Sonic until about maybe when I used to watch Game Grumps. They were playing the GameCube version, I would say, of
Sonic
okay.
Adventure.
Sonic Adventure, yeah.
Also, another. Well, this was like during that time where Square Enix was making a lot of 3D JRPGs like Skies of Arcadia, which is amazing. Well, actually, no, that wasn't done by Square. That wasn't done by Square. But I recommend Skies of Arcadia if you can try to play the GameCube version. But yeah.
I have a working GameCube just sitting right here, and if I had a capture card for it, I would do that. Plus, I would do another Let's Play I was thinking of doing, and
yeah, Grandia 2,
you're gonna hate it horribly.
If I'm correct, this got the HD treatment of lowering encounter rates and stuff like that.
No,
Really?
it didn't. All it did was add a hard mode, fix some of the glitches, and added a
Added a hard mode.
Not added a hard mode, but fixed some graphical issues, but it still has some of the graphical issues.
I am.
So,
Oh wow! I'm looking at the glitches, the ports. Yeah, Grandia 2. Okay, yeah, this is just mentioning the PS2 port.
Quit your belly aching and fly, damn it!
Yeah, there's a tendency for graphical glitches, but that's just what happens when you are upscaling a Dreamcast game to a modern PC system.
This game
but
looks like it would make my
finished
PC
the job,
the
didn't I?
PC I have cry right now.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
Yes,
working on
I
getting
have-
one soon.
one of the things I praise Grandia 2 is how modern this game is in terms of both graphics and presentation.
So what I'm
Because
so there is
it has voice acting.
yeah this is this was during that time when there was still not many games, even JRPGs, there not many games that had voice acting. I think one of the earliest games to feature voice acting from the earlier consoles was The Legend of Dragoon on PS1.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, so there is a glitch in the PC port with in the first fight with Millennia.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And then apparently,
What a pompous fool.
it's weird. There are also several video files on the disc which contain extra frames appearing as a freeze after the casting of certain spells.
That is...
Ooh, yeah. I don't think I experienced that, but I only get through like 3 parts, so yeah.
She was a fine-looking girl, though.
By the way, the bird talks. Yes, I'm not kidding.
I love that.
Okay, the
And he's
way
voiced by Grandpa Max from Ben 10. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's up, Mystery?
the way I'm seeing it, this game, the voice acting, was that in the Dreamcast version along with any of
Yes,
the?
it was.
Oh wow. Yeah, because I don't
Yes.
think they didn't have any voice acting in Final Fantasy. Because I'm playing 7 right now, and there is no voice acting. I have to do this.
Mystery, you do know that the first Final Fantasy game to have voice acting was Final Fantasy X, which came out in 2002 or 2001.
Oh, really? It was.
Yeah, that was the
And
first.
I streamed that. Oh gosh, especially that laugh.
Yeah, that's
That
the
was
main.
horrible.
That's the first mainstream Final Fantasy to have voice acting.
Yeah, but then again, this game came out in 2000, so yeah.
Yeah, August 2000. August 2000 in Japan and December 6th in North America, and February of 2001 for Europe.
Why did Europe get the later release?
Because Square Enix isn't the best with porting games over to Europe because of voltage differences between US and PAL region.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, there is a bit of... A lot of companies are not very good at it.
Yeah, but it is different now than it was back then. But there was a time where Europe did not get a lot of games from Square Enix because of porting issues when it came to power, how power worked for consoles, because PAL systems put out at a less voltage and stuff like that.
Alright, so let's talk about the game.
Alright.
Now that we finished with all the
Okay,
technical stuff.
what is our main character's class per se?
Okay, meet Ryudo. He is a Geohound, which is basically a mercenary, except they're not favored in this world.
Oh, kind of like
Why?
with one of the games
Yeah.
I'm playing right now.
Yes.
Mages are not favored. In fact, they are killed.
Yes.
Oh wait, does that say recover?
Yes, save points, recover your HP.
Oh,
All your HP, MP, and special points as well.
Are they?
And they also save your game.
Are they like the heal points in Paper Mario where they cost money?
No, they don't.
Oh, cool,
Wow.
cool.
They are free to abuse. However, it's not as abusable as you think because enemies work a little differently from generic Square games. But first,
Go ahead.
Yes, this is the equips menu, and it's not really worth to equip that Blizzard Charm. You can do a lot with the the pause menu, and here's our first fight, right over here. Now, you can influence the fight by either going behind the enemy or the enemy going behind you, and they'll have an initiative over you, or you have an initiative over them.
A good game to compare the battle system of Grandia 2 to is Child of Light, which is a much more recent game, but it's still a great. Basically, it works like an active time sim where you and your enemy are on this gauge, and your turn begins once you reach that little command thing, and then based on what kind of thing you decide to do, the speed of your action will then activate, and you can actually mess with it by casting slow on an enemy, hitting them before they can cast their action to stun them and stuff like that. Like, this is actually really impressive this is actually a really impressive battle system.
Oh yeah. I just wish it was used more often. So you can see that I love this gameplay style, but you can see that certain actions influence, well, it damages the enemy, but it also influences the enemies by a little bit. You saw combo, that is for damage mostly. You can but there's also critical, which if you use it while the enemy's icon is in the act stage, you can cancel them.
Yes.
Which means you can send them right back to, you can basically cancel out their moves.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. You have special attacks, you have magic, you have items, runaway, set AI, and yeah.
It very much reminds me of Child of Light thing.
Now, there's no voice acting for all cutscenes, however.
They didn't have that much of a budget for Dreamcast.
Oh no.
Yes.
I can definitely tell because this is one of those games where they do the half and half.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The more important ones have the... I would say similar to how Kingdom Hearts handled voice acting, somewhat.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
Well, I would
kinda.
say Rechain of Memories more of than one.
Oh god.
Yeah, except it's a little bit more random on when they're gonna use the voice acting thing.
Well, for this game, you mean? It's like... This... I have... This does look good, but at the same time, this is still an old Dreamcast game, which I'm not complaining. I love the Dreamcast for the handful of games that it was known for. By the way, can Ryudo only hear the hawk? Can only hear him, or can everyone hear him?
No, the hawk the bird talks.
Like full cognitive speech.
Yeah, he spoke. He speaks in a very sage-like grandpa manner, and it's actually very funny. It's almost like it's almost like he's nagging Ryudo a lot.
It seems like it from from the early cutscenes already, but it's weird knowing that he's voiced by Grandpa Ben from Ben 10.
Or he is.
Or the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, and Ryudo sounds exactly like Link from the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh gosh, he does.
Excuse me, princess.
The Carbo Inn? Okay.
Yeah, that's the name of the town you're in, is Carbo.
Yeah.
I've noticed...
Yeah, Carbo.
I've noticed that, you start at level 10 instead of level 1, like most games.
Yeah, that's because you're already a mercenary. You already have experience with fighting. I mean, did you see Ryudo cut up that green thing like bitcheroni?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so far, like, Ryudo seems pretty, Skye is the Hawk's name. I was trying to remember his name. I was just gonna go with Hawk for the rest of the game. This... Not too much else to say in terms of looks. It is what it is.
Yeah, the hawk is really funny though. Skye is actually pretty funny.
I've noticed in his dialogue. I've also noticed when he was talking, it was really funny.
Yeah. Ryudo, scratch my back for me, will you? Anyway, we hear somebody singing, even though it sounds very soft. And you hear it's very familiar.
Maybe is that Japanese? Because it does not sound English.
I don't know. It's either Japanese or Latin.
Yeah, that's most likely what it is, because what a lot of Square Enix JRPGs will do is for the singing portions, they mostly use Latin phrases. So that's why it sounds more Latin than Japanese.
What's the matter? Is that all?
Who said that?
Also, Jennifer. Oh man, this actually does have a pretty cool cast. Like Jennifer Hale is definitely one of the most notable names in this list.
Continue.
Yep.
That's Jennifer Hale, right? Elena is voiced by her. That's actually really cool.
Oh. Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen you around. What are you doing?
You can recognize some of them.
Oh
actually.
my gosh, I can already. That's Otacon's sister.
Yep, it's Otacon's sister.
I'm
can't
really
remember anything.
not understanding the whole thing with her head. It looks
right
like
now, or I'll scream.
It looks really weird. Her headpiece.
It's like one of those church hats.
Mhm.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know the name off the top of my head. By the way, the voice actor's name for Skye is Paul Aiding that.
Paul Aiding, right?
Yeah, Eiding.
We've been waiting
I don't recognize him. Crud.
Geohound.
Well, like I said, he's done. He's the Colonel. He's the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid.
What?
Oh, okay.
Also, he is
Please
trying to
excuse her.
figure everything.
Allow
He's
me
a
to
Vault Tech rep in
apologize
Fallout
on her
4.
behalf. Elena, you must get ready to leave.
He's the narrator of Diablo in
I'm very
Diablo.
sorry for interfering.
Oh, I love the voice in what, Diablo 1 or 3? Because Diablo 3's narrator is amazing.
I think 3, but I'm not 100% sure.
So can you tell that the church subtext is very, very obvious in this?
Well, the fact that they
Yeah.
mentioned tithing earlier
ask you
in
to
this,
wait at the
and
door?
one of the people you were
She'll be
talking
along
to,
shortly.
Yep.
not.
So yeah, we keep saying a lot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure things to say, keep things going, because that's just how what you're supposed to.
Okay, what's your experience with this game, Kazan?
Very little. I mostly stuck to Grandia 2, and I didn't get too much time with it. I played Grandia 1 some, but I spent more time with Grandia 2. I love the battle system. I just don't come back to this game often. When I want to come back, I usually just play Child of Light if I want to play something like Grandia. But I still do think Grandia is a really good game, and especially its combat.
Alright. Okay, so, and Mystery, you have no experience with this game.
I have never even heard of Grandia until you brought it up when we were looking into commentations. I mean, this game looks pretty good for the standards of the time it was developed. And I mean, and the graphics, unfortunately, because my graphics card, I might not be able to play it, but if there was a chance I could on the PS4, I could play it immediately because it does look fun. It does have that same kind of turnstile based of World of Final Fantasy that I'm used to. But
Okay, yeah.
you get where I'm saying there. But the way I'm hearing the acting, a little bit hamped up, but at the same time, it's a bit sounding like they were kind of bored to me.
Well, true. It's early, so it's not one of those games where it's almost like the voice acting's compared to like Mega Man 8.
I have
cool.
seen John's review. No. No.
Where they film it in their mom's bedroom.
Oh,
What was that line from one of the men? I was just like, but you can call me cool guy.
Oh, that was. You can call me handsome.
Yeah,
That's awkward.
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
Aquaman, but you can call me handsome.
Handsome.
And there's a rainbow over his head.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Punch the rainbow, punch his face. There you go. But the way I'm getting this, the tone I'm seeing is more of a job base, I would say.
Kinda. This is the only job you're ever gonna do as a Geohound.
Yeah, this is.
And
the
you know what? The
job
Geohound is just a title. You don't see any more Geohounds out there. Spoiler
But he's
warning.
the only one?
Geohounds are not technically favored by society because this world is technically covered with religion, as you can tell. The religious subtext.
I can
very
see
heavy.
that. What's the religion in this game, though? Is my question.
Okay, the religion is the religion is all about Granis. Granis is the quote-unquote good guy, and he fought against an evil demon, which was his equal named Valmar.
This is sounding almost like a Final Fantasy.
You know what?
Yeah, except like godlike figures aren't usually. Well, okay. Let me word that better. Basically, there's not really much of they don't really show religion off in Final Fantasy. They just kind of make bosses look like religious figures. Like if you fought Kafka in FF6, each of the statues in the final boss of Kefka's battle were based off of religious things, like especially the third tier, which was based off of Mary and Mary holding Jesus as he's dying. and but that's just really it's Final Fantasy usually doesn't deal with religious subtext. I'm not saying that they all completely do, because there is the cult of Kefka in FF6 and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, those guys who just run
Then
around
you have
in circles
Heideland
until
in
they
14, so I kind of get where you're saying with that one. This one, yeah, I kind of see where there is like the religious subtext right away. I like the ones who do it more subtle, in a sense where it builds
You
up.
mean
This is
symbolic?
yeah.
How symbolic do you want it? Like, do you want it Final Fantasy or Atlas?
Not Atlas, no. Not Atlas.
Basically,
I
do
finished
you
Persona
want
5.
FF14?
No.
No, do you want FF14 or do you want Shin Megami Tensei 2 or 4?
Give me Final Fantasy 14, flip it. You know?
Because because those games, oh my gosh, like Persona 5 doesn't really deal. Oh, all right, video's over.
Yeah. We'll talk about it next part.
Woo!
Yay.